how'd the quarterbacks look this week?
They look like they have most weeks of game planning. They've had good weeks of practice. They've thrown the ball well. They know their game plan. They know the checks and adjustments that the offense needs. It's more about just being able to get it to transfer over to a productive game day.
Who was the best this week as far as the backups?
We still got to discuss that. I mean, we had a day of practice today, and we don't usually discuss that until sometime Thursday afternoon after Thursday's practice.
How have you seen other receivers respond with the success Janarian has had? With more attention on him, it should open things up for other guys.
Well, I think they all want a piece of the pie, a little bit. I think we've got a lot of playmakers in the wide receiver group. It's not just Janarian. Janarian's obviously gotten off to a fast start, but I think we've got some other guys that are starting to pick up their game and want to get involved in the action and being part of explosive plays. And they just got to continue to focus on doing the little things every single day, and they'll get an opportunity to get more balls their way on game day. And I think you saw that a little bit last week against New Mexico with Juwan Harris getting in the action, Andre Patton getting in the action, and, as well as Janarian.
Chris, there's been some talk of a possible student boycott of the game over the tailgate. Is that a concern of yours or the team's, and how important are those students on game day?
It's not something that we're concerned about. We're focused on going to beat a very good Iowa football team, and that's our focus. I have no doubt that the students will show up in strong support of our football team and our university. It's a Big Ten opener. It's big-time college football. There's a lot of college football fans in the state and on this campus, and I know students are upset about the tailgate. Can't necessarily blame them, but I have full confidence that they'll show up and create the type of environment that we want and need in the stadium. They're a big part of our success, both on game day and in recruiting, and just the overall fan experience.
And just one quick follow-up to that would be, I know you and Pat met with student leadership, and that's kind of how this thing came about. Is that something they do at Ohio State, Wisconsin, Arkansas, other big schools? Do they have a student tailgate? Is that kind of where the idea came from?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of places I've been there been areas set aside for student tailgating, and it's part of a game day experience. I mean, tailgating is a big deal, and Pat and I had a lot of discussions about how we increase student involvement, not only in football but all athletic events. But obviously, we're the main show here in the fall, and students showing up to our games is very important, and providing them an area to be able to enjoy the pregame festivities was something that we talked about a long time ago.
What kind of impact can a strong crowd, student-wise, have on recruiting? Because talking to kids the first 2 home games, they've seemed pretty impressed with the turnout.
No, it's a big deal. I mean, when recruits come to your stadium, they want to feel like it's going to be a great environment every time they go out there. And that's a big part of recruiting. The recruits are standing on the sidelines. They look up and see an enthusiastic student section. Their first impression, wow, this is big-time football. And that's what we want here, that's what we need here, and that's what we'll build here.
Chris, it's a little off the beaten path, but I'm curious. In the last couple of years in college football, especially the last couple of weeks, there's been kind of an epidemic of guys letting the football go before they cross the goal line. Is that something you've addressed with your team, or have you felt the need to address that with your players just in case?
It's something we drill all the time, something we talk about all the time. When you score a touchdown, what do you do with the football? Hand it to an official. And if you're not handing the ball to the official, then you're wrong. And we talk about that. We talked about that all last spring. We talked about it all training camp. We stress it every day we're out there. You cross the goal line with the ball in your hands and you give it to the official.
Are you surprised by how that's happened around college football?
Yeah, I am. I don't understand it, but I've been seeing it for years. It's not just something that happened for the first time this year. It's happened several times around football, whether it's the pros or college football in the past. And I know coaches all over the country stress it and emphasize it, and individuals got to make it happen on game day when he's in that situation. But yeah, we don't take that for granted. Just assume that it's not going to happen here. We talk about it a lot, and we make sure that again our players are handing the ball to the official the right way.
Chris, you've spent enough time as a defensive coordinator to scheme against good quarterbacks and to see good defensive backs. How good are C.J. Beathard and Desmond King?
C.J.'s a great quarterback. He runs our offense exceptionally well. He avoids pressure. He makes all the throws. He protects the football. Doesn't put it in harm's way. He takes, times he takes some shots in the backfield from pressure. He gets up and goes to the next play. So very impressed with him. And Desmond King's an outstanding player too. He's a game changer. He's involved in defense. He's a punt returner, a kick returner. He's got size. He's got speed. He's got change of direction. He can play man. He can play zone. So they're both outstanding players in my opinion.
How has Ron James looked this week?
He's done a nice job this week. He's learning a new position, so he's got a ways to go from that standpoint. But I'm more concerned about Ronnie's health, and I think right now he looks like he's 100%. He's moving well. He'll be a factor for us on special teams as well.